The Indigo Disk is the second part of the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, and just like with the Teal Mask, we have basically no information, but we do have some. For example, this is an Indigo Disk. This is also an Indigo Disk. That alone tells me one very specific thing, and that is that we cannot talk about the Bluberry Academy without talking about turtles. Well, turtles and professors. So hey, I'm not so ace trainer, and what about the Bluberry Academy? Let's get into it. Before we start, I've been wanting to make a video about the things that were always there but we didn't really know were there. One of the things that would be in the video would definitely be this weird symbol here that everyone had all kinds of theories, but that it seems to simply be the Bluberry Academy. The DLC was hinted from the start, just like with the festival poster in the Treasure Eatery hinting at Kitakami. If you guys still want me to make that video, let me know in the comments down below, I'll give it a try. For now, we have to focus on this new academy where we, the player, will be exchange students. Not much is known about them, but there are two things that we know. They are underwater and they love battling. This alone gives us two roads we can follow that actually work very well with each other. We know already that we'll be dealing with Terapagos and solving the mystery of Area 0 in Part 2, the Indigo Disk. So, it is likely that this academy being underwater is no coincidence at all. They are, unlike the people of Paldea, or at least most of them, aware of the existence of the turtles, be them Terapagos itself or the baby ones. By existing underwater, you can study these life forms without having to actually catch them or trap them, like I think it's happening in Paldea with the Terra Orb. While the idea of an underwater building to study marine life might sound a little bit far-fetched, even not so long ago there was a project revealed by the NOAA and the Proteus group to create an underwater space station of the ocean to study marine life and climate change. The life of baby turtles is something that is pretty hard. For a baby turtle, making it to the ocean can be a difficult and perilous journey. After hatching from their eggs, baby turtles must navigate a variety of obstacles and predators to reach the safety of the ocean. One of the biggest challenges for baby turtles is the journey from their nest to the water. This journey can be several meters long and often requires the turtles to cross sandy beaches, rocky terrain, or even human-made structures like walls or fences. Along the way, they may encounter predators like birds, crabs, or even other turtles. Now imagine if this journey was from Area 0 to the actual ocean of Paldea. But you might be asking yourself, why would a state-of-the-art battle academy/facility want to deal with that? Why would they want to help the turtles? Well, I think that is pretty much an absolute truth at this point that the battle mechanic of Gen 9, terrestrialization, is connected to those Pokemon. And an academy that focuses on battling is almost 100% going to want access to that. Yes, it is likely that the Bluberry Academy is not really in Paldea, since I find it strange that they use the English name of the fruit, unlike Naranja or Uva Academy. But it is very likely close to Paldea, at least close enough to monitor it as we can see in this shot. This would mean that no other battle mechanic likely applies to it. So, by having access to the turtles, and maybe in a less gruesome way, they can actually use their power for terrestrialization. Still, we know for a fact that this energy originates from the crater from deep down in Area 0, and that this new academy, the Bluberry Academy, is actually pretty new. So whoever is doing this has to have access to that research somehow, the professor's research, as we can see hinted in the trailer for the Bluberry Academy. This shot right here shows us the same scribbles seen in the professor's research notes, which basically confirms that the connection we made between the turtles and the Bluberry Academy is more than likely correct. They are studying the same power that the professor was studying, and they knew about it somehow. So, who knows about this power? As we've established in this last video that you guys showed so much love that I just have to thank you a lot, only the Academy and the Pokemon League know about it. They are the only ones with access to that research. Still, I don't think that this is the Academy's doing, sharing that information. There's no word about it in the games, and the Pokemon League, well, despite a video exploring the possibility of Gira being connected to the Bluberry Academy, since it does focuses on battling and an ideal world seems to have a lot of powerful trainers battling it out, my true stance is that they want to control as much as possible, so they would never give another Academy access to that. So it wasn't the Academy and it wasn't the Pokemon League. Who could it be then? Well, we're forgetting a very key person in the middle of all of this, the professors. The AI tells us that the professor has died. I don't fully believe this, I've told you why multiple times throughout the Scarlet and Violet cycle, but that is not the professor that I'm talking about. That one might be dead or might have gone to some special place where they actually met Heath, their hero, but that's my tinfoil hat stuff. Today I'm not wearing it. I mean the other professor. When we are adventuring through Area Zero, we have access to the professor's journals in the various research stations, and one of them reads, in Scarlet, "I need more people, more time. That man walked out not long after the boy was born," and in Violet, it changes man to woman. It is clear that they're talking about the opposing professor, and from the looks of things, they were there when the supposed time machine was created. That's because in Research Station 3, we read our time machine research has yielded a triumph, a Pokemon from the ancient past. I've named it Koraidon. I was expecting one new life to treasure, but what fortune to be blessed with this gift as well. In Violet it changes ancient past to distant future and Koraidon to Miraidon of course, but it means that Arvan was only born after all of that was done. The Terra Orb, the supposed time machine, the Paradox Pokemon, Arvan was only born after that. The other person, the likely Arvan's parent and opposing professor, was there at the time. So the other professor, Turo in Scarlet and Sada in Violet, they had access to the research and walked out. I have made some crazy theories in the past that I absolutely love about the power of the Disk Pokemon that we now know is Terapagos created the dream world for both. They never walked out, they simply were affected by that power, but in reality, in a less crazy way, they probably walked out because of differences between them. Maybe they didn't like what they were doing to the turtles because they actually knew those were turtles and their partners simply couldn't see past their obsession with ancient or futuristic Pokemon. Maybe they knew that what they're doing was dangerous for the region somehow, and so they left. They left and they created a place where change was gonna happen. They wouldn't trap the turtles and they would study the changes in Paldea from afar, away from the power of the Pokemon League. So I am very sure that we will meet the opposing professor in the Bluberry Academy. In fact, that professor, Turo in Scarlet and Sada in Violet, it might just be the director of the Bluberry Academy. The only flaw with my theory is why would they let us exchange with students from their academy if what they're doing is going against what's happening in Paldea? Unless they just don't know the true purpose of the Bluberry Academy, or we were sent there to spy on them. Whatever the reason, I am sure we'll meet someone that actually knows why everything is happening in Area Zero. Someone who has been there and decided to take a completely different route from what the other professor was doing, that wouldn't mind sharing that with us at all, so he could finally fix whatever is wrong with the Paldea region and the Paradox Pokemon. But anyway, that is all I have for you today, just my thoughts on the Bluberry Academy as we hopefully get closer to some official news. But what about you? Do you have any theories about the Bluberry Academy? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch as in there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord, all the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all on the next one.